let us talk about how you navigate through the course material. Once you have watched all the welcome videos, you're ready to begin going through the content. Go ahead and click on the content label in the top navigation bar. If it does not open on the Start Here Module 0, you will find it over here in the left menu. If you have dismissed the welcome, which is the pop-up window, you can access the material in it by clicking on Welcome to Calculus. Let's go ahead and go through Start Here Module 0. When you're looking at Start Here Module 0, you can click on the very first one and then navigate from page to page. This contains all the information that you need to know about the course, including the structure, the syllabus, the schedule, and the grading. Go ahead and click on the arrows to go from one to the next. This will cover calculator recommendations. On the next page, you will see course information, which covers what is described in the course, the number of credit hours, and whether it is a guaranteed transfer course, as well as the course learning outcomes. On the following page, you will find the course mode of instruction, which describes how you will learn the material and what the technology requirements are. Then you'll find the course materials, including the textbook, and again some information about the calculator you will need. The next page will cover about how much time you need to commit to spending on this course in each week, depending on how many weeks the course lasts. The course learning outcomes mapping will cover what the particular course learning outcomes are and how it aligns with the topics that we cover. Click on each one to see what is covered for each of the course learning outcomes. At the bottom, you will also see module learning objectives and how they align with the course learning outcomes. On the next page, you will find grading and assessment, probably one of the pages you're most interested in knowing about. This is where you will see how you're going to be graded and assessed. The grading scale is here, and the criteria for grading will be at the bottom. Go ahead and click on each link so that you know exactly how you are expected to work your homework. Guidelines are here for a notebook, and how to write up problems for homework, quizzes, and exams is here as well. The quizzes information can be found here, and the discussion forum and how to write them up and post them will be found in this section. There is another section for Python labs, one on reflections and one on exams. There is also a statement about accommodations if you need an accommodation for a learning difference. This is the page that you will want to pay the most attention to, since this is how you are assessed. The next page covers the suggested learning activities, which covers how each section page is divided up. You're going to read the section introduction, read the e-text if that's helpful to you, then watch the lecture video and complete the examples in the lecture notes. Then you will open the MyOpenMath, watch the skills videos, explore the interactive applets, participate in discussion forums, and on occasion take assessments such as quizzes. The course rubrics are found here for the discussion forum and the Python labs. Your course schedule can be found on the following page. It is divided into two sections, one that has all of the dates for each individual module, and then at the bottom, a calendar view that you can see here. Pay attention to the schedule and consider printing it out and keeping it nearby so that you can stay on track. There are some forms to complete and information about proctoring. Be sure to click on each of the links to complete the forms that you are required to do. There are frequently asked questions about proctoring, and you can click on each link to find out the information. Be sure to complete the 3 forms by the end of the first week. If you have problems with your computer or D2L, there are resources to help you. There are also resources in case you run into issues with the MyOpenMath homework and quizzes. MyOpenMath will open directly into D2L, so you will not need a MyOpenMath account. When you click on the next one, it will bring you to Module 1, Review Material. This is optional, and the material here will be available for you all semester long. That way, when you need to review, you can come back and review. It has an introduction to the review material and goes through basically what the module learning objectives are. And then, on each page, it will cover a particular topic following the recommended exploration outline. Let's now go ahead and move on to looking at Module 2. Module 2 is where the content for this course begins. Each module begins with an introduction page. And on the introduction page, it will briefly describe what that particular module covers and the particular topics for each section, as well as how the module learning objectives align to the course learning outcomes. Each page for a section will be found in that module. You'll notice that this section 2.1 has again a brief overview of what will be covered, and then it has section learning objectives which align to the module learning outcomes. There is a link to the textbook that you can find here. If you click on this, it will open directly, but then you will not be on this page anymore. I find it more helpful to right-click, select Open in a new tab. Now, when you look at the textbook, you will see that there is a table of contents on the left side that allows you to go from one section to another. If you click on the chapter, it will open. In this case, you do not necessarily need to read the textbook since all the material in the textbook section is included in the lecture notes. What is helpful in the textbook, however, are the examples that are completely worked out. For example, here you see example 2.1, which if you click on Show Hide Solution, has the worked out solutions below it. These problems are not worked out in the lecture notes or the video. However, these checkpoints, which do not have worked out solutions, are sometimes worked in the lecture notes and the video. Let's return to the section page and see where to find the lecture notes in the section video. The lecture notes can be found here as a link. If you want, you can again right-click and select Open in a new page. You can see right here that the PDF version does open better in D2L. This goes through all the material that was in the textbook, plus material from other textbooks, but written in a way that is more understandable to most students. It has video links, and it also has images and pictures, and sometimes links to Desmos pictures, or CalcPlot 3D. You'll also see that there are examples written right here with space for you to work them out. While you're doing this, you should be playing the section video. The link is found here under section video. The Calculus 1 playlist can be found here or here. For students who prefer to write their notes on a computer, you might find it more helpful to open the Word version of the document. And students who need to use a screen reader will want to open the Word document, which is right here next to the PDF version. Again, what you should be doing most is opening the lecture notes, following the video, and filling out the solutions to the examples as you go through the lecture note and video. There are additional short videos on problem types within MyOpenMath, and links to those are right here. There's also an Explore section on each section page. This is some way for you to explore the concepts on this particular section in more detail. For example, on this one, if you click and open it, it will go through and explain the slope of the secant line. And they're interactive so that you can play around with it and further explore the concept that's covered in that section. Once you have watched the video and filled out the lecture notes and explored the applet that opens here, you're ready to begin the homework. If you click on this link, it will open directly into D2L. It is powered by MyOpenMath, but again, it opens directly into D2L. You'll see at the bottom that there is a link to the discussion forum. In the Start Here Module 0, on the Grading and Assessments page, it explained how to post work in the discussion forum. Then you will want to click on the next page. This will take you from one section to the next. Let's see what happens when we click on one that has an assessment. Again, we have the overview, the section learning objectives aligned to the module learning objectives, a link to the textbook to see additional worked out examples, the section lecture notes to fill out while you watch the section video, additional optional videos, and some exploration that you can interact with to understand a particular type of concept, link to the homework, link to the discussion forum, and after completing this section, you're ready to take the first quiz. The link for the quiz is here, and it will open directly into D2L. I hope that this will help you understand how to navigate through the course by working your way through each module.